The map looks pretty much exactly like how it looks on your phone or something. But the thing that's crazy about this thing is like the size of like 2 of my iPad Pros put together. But it's like a little bit thicker, but still it's like this thing is massive. But that's not the main reason why you get one of these things. Let alone the Bang & Olufsen stereo system that does sound like it's banging some Olufsen, whatever that means. As well as it's got this crazy panoramic roof, nice stitching going all around it. And another thing that really threw me off guard that I didn't expect, someone traded in this 2023 Ford Lightning for a Ram pickup truck. And in this video, we're gonna find out why. Welcome to the interior of the brand new 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning. Now, we look inside here. First thing you notice is just how big this big old huge display is right here. This thing looks like two of my iPad Pros combined. And it's like nice and bright out here in this super sunny Arizona sun. Super clear. The responsiveness is very clear, as well as this little secret screen right here. Little hidden screen right there. That's something I definitely didn't expect. But it's something I definitely also appreciate as well. Now you see that little screen right there? It changes depending on what you're doing. AC thing spins right there. The screen on here is very responsive. You know, it's like I'm really surprised the fact that someone decided to change this car in for a Ram truck. They traded in the 2023 F-150 Lightning for a Ram truck. Traded new for new. And what we're going to do is find out the reason why. We got plug over here, another plug right here in the front. You got crazy accessibility. Look at this. Like when you first pop in, when the vehicle's off, this switches down. That's something I've never seen before. And you have to push a button to get it to come up. Now, whether that's like just some useless tech they just had to throw in here to make it seem like it's really advanced or not, as well as the James Bond extra glove compartment that I've seen in other vehicles as well, you know, kind of copying off of other vehicles. You know, you got this really nice stitching, but something I've noticed a couple things already. See that right there? For this being 2023, this is supposed to be Ford tough, you know, built, I don't know, if like a rock. Is that Chevy or Ford? I don't know. But either way it go, Ford is supposed to be like America's truck, you know. So then it's like, I'm kind of already starting to see the reason why someone would want to return this truck, because compared to a Ram pickup truck, you don't get that kind of stuff happening. Look at this. Oh well, we're gonna get into the video though, get going, take this thing for a test drive and see what's really going on with this thing, because even though it's not perfect, it's still a nice truck. Something else I want to show you when you turn the car on. You got that loud tone. Also check this out. Built tough. It's built tough, but the interior ain't too tough. Okay, maybe I'm just being biased, but I just like quality cars. And the thing that really I'm wondering about is why someone would trade in this F-150 Lightning. So something I know for sure is that Fords have always kind of had like a bad rep. It wasn't until recent that they actually started getting kind of reliable, because in the past, you know, especially in the 90s, Fords were always had this bad name for being like unreliable trucks, you know, but they still were one of America's #1 trucks. You know, Ford and Chevy were always going neck and neck, hand in hand, side by side. But I was always grew up a Chevy guy, you know, but the Ford Lightning was always a cool, popular truck. It was always one of those ones, like, especially the old Ford Lightning. The old Ford Lightning came in the 2-door, kind of a sporty look. It was only available in 2 doors. It was low profile, and it had like a performance-y, kind of like a street truck look to it, versus now it's like, you get panoramic sunroof, you know, a Bang & Olufsen sound system. You got, it comes in 4 doors. At least as far as I know it, it's only in 4 doors. Instead of getting that gasoline like the old Ford Lightning was, you know, they didn't even go to like a turbo V6 or anything. They went straight from a V8 Ford Lightning to full electric. The plus side is you get over 700 foot-pounds of torque. So 700 foot-pounds of torque, dual motor, 1 speed. So let's test it out. Now, one more thing, the screen right here, like I said, super responsive, and the map on here is kind of resembling like how it would look on like a phone or something, you know. Not as cool as my Apple Maps on my iPhone, but maybe Android level or something like that. I'm joking. As we were passing the Ford dealership right here, we'll get into that another time though, but let's get going. Now, of course, in electric vehicle style, it's got that instant torque. But one thing I don't like about this, it doesn't have different drive modes. But it does, especially for how much this truck weighs, it's got some real good giddy up. But is that the only thing it has going for it, Really good giddy up? Is that the only thing that the Ford Lightning has, I remember the Ford Lightning used to have really good driving ability, especially with it because it was built around this two-door platform, low profile kind of truck. But now it's like a regular standard size pickup truck, and it still retains the Lightning name. I think they're just trying to play into the fact that it's electric and still calling it the Lightning, but it's not really. Is it really a Lightning though, or is it just an electric, powerful F-150? Can you really say this is a Ford Lightning? Because just after just going around that slight bend around the corner back there, it's almost like it could barely handle that turn. But I will say one thing I like about this is the silentness about it. I like the silent factor. I do like that it's got a lot of the technology in here. It's got a lot of the extra things that this vehicle, that you would expect on newer vehicles, like panoramic style roof. It's a real big panoramic roof, kind of similar to what's on like the Ford Raptor. But without digressing, it's got a lot of electronic features. You get to take full advantage of the electric capabilities of the vehicle. You got charging features in the front, so you can charge up your laptop, etc., etc. But you got this nice clean screen right here, as well as a nice responsive main screen right here, which is like the size, which is big enough to land a jumbo jet on or something, or at least a model jumbo jet plane. But let's check this out now. See, look here. I'm just gonna be quiet and just listen to the drivetrain. Watch how I handle this corner. Oh, you see that paper slide? Now, to be honest, it doesn't handle a turn very well at all. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the video. But real quick, I want to tell you a little bit of important information. Now, hold on real quick. The video's going to come back in like 15 seconds. So I want to share something with you. Very important. I got another YouTube channel, my main YouTube channel. And on that channel, I share some very important information. Probably some of the most important information you're going to be able to find on YouTube. All right. It's not just information about cars. It's information about you, people, your health. And this is really important because there's so many people out there who suffer from things like IBS, inflammation, joint pain, back pain, so many things. So if you've never heard of alkaline versus acidic food, H3O2, you got IBS, you want to learn how to do detox for free, all kind of little methods, as well as some little product reviews, I suggest you check out my other channel. Back to the video. Link below in the description. Whoever gets one of these, you got to be getting it not to be expecting it to be like how the Lightning used to be. This is more like they should just call this the electric Ford F-150 instead of trying to repurpose the Lightning name. That's something I noticed that's really cheesy that Ford's been doing, like with the new Mustang Mach-E. That's not a Mustang, that's a electric crossover, But they took like the styling front end from the Mustang and put a little bit of its design into it. But that's not a Mustang. It's like they're calling this the Ford F-150 Lightning. It's not a Ford Lightning. Like you can't even do a burnout in this thing. It's got four-wheel drive all the time and everything. So I mean, it's a good vehicle. It's big and everything, and it comes with a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't call it a Ford Lightning. Look at this huge panoramic roof right here. Just look how big that is. Like how big it's huge. And then you got this piece of glass right here, this huge piece of glass that opens up right here. You get plenty of nice air flowing through. Today's a nice day. It's only 90 degrees or something like that. So here in Arizona, that's a nice day. But something I don't like about the interior of the F-150 Lightning, of the Ford Lightning, or Ford in general, their interiors have always been kind of boring. Was an Android supposed to drive this thing everywhere? Compared to a lot of other vehicles, A truck that has a similar interior like this would be the new Tundra. The new Tundra has like a kind of basic interior like this, but that thing is a thrill to drive. That new Toyota Tundra is truly a thrilling truck. Like, it's a pickup truck, but it drives like a car. So I feel like, if anything, the new Tundra deserves the name of the Lightning more than the actual Ford Lightning, which is funny. I mean, I know some Ford guys are probably gonna be irritated, gonna hate me for it, but hey, I mean, the new Toyota Tundra drives how the Ford Lightning should drive. I think this is a nice attempt, especially with the electric platform. It's got a good amount of torque. Like, listen, that's good. That's good. But at the same time, with electric vehicles, you got to worry about that limited charging space, charging options, especially if you're trying to go on a road trip. If you don't plan that trip very strategically and get everything done perfectly as far as your stops, you make sure you stop ahead of a time, and make sure you're fully charged. You're going to be suffering. You got to make sure you're charged. You got to make sure your route is good to go. Because one thing about this electric truck, there's a lot of amenities that require electricity, because this thing runs purely on electricity. So you got the electricity for the battery to run the truck, as well as the electricity for everything inside the truck, AC, your music and everything, let alone if you want to plug some stuff up and charge it and try to, enjoy your road trip or something like that. You got to consider those kind of things, especially if, and let alone if you're trying to tow something. You really got to consider. You got to consider that kind of stuff. So, like, is this really a great truck for someone who's had a truck for years? Eh, Depends on how far you got to go. But without trying to sound like a negative Nancy about this kind of truck, let's get into some of the features, all right? Let's look inside it and let's see everything that you actually do get with this truck, all right? Huge screen right here. Home, very responsive. You get all the stuff that you want, apps, etc. You got towing capabilities that you can access through here, or you can just push the buttons right there, Pro Trailer on right there, as well as push button start, and stuff like that. You can control your climate control right here, and look at this, especially in like a nice modern design. Look how clear that is. That looks like 2.7K right there. That's clear right there. As well as you got heated seats, cool seats. You just push up a button. As well as you got a lot of technology. There's a lot of technology inside this vehicle. Look at this. That changed red. When I switch it back to cooling, it turns blue. You want to hit your little vents, it's nice. That little thing right there spins and everything. That's a lot of stuff you got to consider. You got your driver assist modes right there, as well as a cool little snazzy little knob that goes down. I think that's cool. I've never seen that in a car. Now, would I get a vehicle just for that? Probably not. I mean, I don't see what the benefit of having. Oh, I see. Maybe if I have that down, maybe you could put your laptop right here, then you can get a little bit of work done or something like that. But I don't know if I would get a vehicle just for that entirely. I mean, there's probably someone, for that, but most truck people are kind of truck people, and they don't really give a damn about that, So look at this, automatic close, nice and slow, Let's see, that closes back up, USB-C, USB, you got a little wireless phone charger right there, and you got the James Bond hidden glove compartment right there. Standard traditional glove compartment. Plug to plug up your, whatever, your coffee maker or something. In my case, it would be a bottle warmer. And then you step outside the car, Bang & Olufsen stereo system right here. So that means good sound. You heard it when it was on, and it got that good, nice, clear sound. Like it sounds really, really clear. Inside here, definitely look at that. I see Ford. This is Ford style right there, with the cheap hard plastics everywhere. At least they upgraded and put a little bit of style in it. You got a little bit of brown trim in here. I'm pretty sure there's probably different options where you get slightly different colored trim or something like that. But I looked at some of the other options that's available. This one being the Lariat. The trim isn't too much better than like say like the Pro, which is like the basic one. It's funny how the basic one's called the Pro. I would think that the limited one, being the top one, would be called Pro, but you know, hey, that's just the way they roll. But these days I feel like you can get a lot more for your money, you know, especially for what's out there. But I mean, but the biggest selling point of this thing is the electric drivetrain. You know, you got the big cool screen, you got a nice panoramic. So I'm not saying you don't get nothing with this vehicle. It's just, it's, you know, to be honest, it misses some things, you know. But I do like the way this little this texture right here is almost like a gray black kind of plastic kind of. So instead of just being straight black plastic, it's got like little bits of gray meshed up in there and stuff like that. And I like this. It's like some kind of faux aluminum, but it's definitely plastic as well. I mean, that's cool. I mean, most cars have plastic. You know, some get for this price of this one, some would get like brushed aluminum. There's a little bit of aluminum right here, but it'd be nice if it had that all throughout. You know, and it'd be nice if, you know, if there wasn't none of this Ford plastic stuff all up in here, especially for this being, you know, this is a highly anticipated kind of popular truck. You know, Ford Lightning, for it being such a car. You know, such a car. You know, you're kind of expected to have a little bit more stuff than what it comes with, you know. But hey, I mean, you do get some good stuff, just not everything you would hope you'd get. You know, here's the key. The cool thing I like about the Ford Lightning, it comes with a regular key instead of just coming like a key card, like kind of like how Teslas have. Unless you got like unless you're the owner of the car, then you can use like your phone. But if you're like getting the car, if someone's giving it to you just to use for the day, you got to use that card. Versus this, you get an actual key. You know, you can actually unlock everything with just a button right there. So that's dope right there. I'm looking for the thing to open the charging port. Now, because this thing has like a 360 camera, you know, 360 camera views, you got like you got cameras all around, so you can kind of see everything that's going on around you and stuff like that. And you can look around. Okay, so we got back, there's the back, you got front, you can record, you got 360, you got the front, multiple angles. Oh, and you can see the bed of the truck. Close out of that. Close out of that. Let's make sure the AC is pumping, so when I come back inside, it's nice and cool. But let's check out the outside. Let's check out the inside. Let's check out the outside of this thing. Let's check it out. Now, to get the views, you got the cameras here. You got little lights here. You got a little door for the charging. I haven't figured out how to open it. There we go. Okay. So you got your charging point right here. For anyone who's wondering, a little bit of accessibility for different kind of variants. It's available for it. Kind of basic looking. Other than that, you know, it's got a standard step side right there. Go around and look at it. I mean, there's a couple other features this thing comes with. You know, it's got some decent size Ford wheels. What is this? 20-inch wheels. It comes in 275, 60 R20s. And look at the Lightning. Lightning is this nice big blue right there. And like I said, this vehicle is courtesy Earnhardt Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram because someone traded it in. No, they didn't trade it in for a Mustang. They traded it in for a Ram. They traded this in for a Ram truck. This is 2023. It's brand new. It's only got like 2,000 miles on it. I've already talked about some of the pros of this vehicle. Cool thing I like about this, just pop that open, push the button 2 times, this pops down. All right, that's cool. Almost took my finger. Now that's dope. I like that. Now that's cool right there. Got a little step in the back. I will say, that's dope right there. I gotta say, I actually like that right there. Now, it almost took my finger off. Dang thing almost decapitated my finger on this thing. Trying to show all this right here. Watch out when you put that thing almost sucked my finger in there, man. Thing try to decapitate. Let's see. Now here's a test. Now let's see if it'll go back up by itself. Oh, snap! It does go back up. Now that's cool. Now you see in the back you got little hooks right here for like little rigs and stuff like that. But the thing that's cool in the back here, like I said, this thing you can suck. There's multiple ways for you to suck up all your battery. You got plug number 1. Hold on, let me pop this thing back open one more time. Oh, you got 120 volt right here. 2 more 120 volts right there. A 240 right there. So there's all kind of ways to drain your battery in this thing. you know, you only got a limited battery anyway. But the good thing about the Lariat is your battery life is extended. You know, so you get the upgraded battery package that's available with, of course, the more expensive version of this vehicle. Now this one, they're selling this one technically 2023. You see, 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning Lariat crew cab pickup. You know, still this one's 84. That's a little bit pre-owned. So if you get it brand new, it's a little bit more expensive, obviously. But yeah, like the MSRP on the Lariat, brand new is like 70 something, 74, 75, maybe 79 or something like that. But look at this, you look at the front, big Tron looking. You got the Tron mobile. Now when you come in here, you can pop this guy open too. 2-tap right there. Look at that thing, it opens all the way. So right here, you see the battery right there? No motor. That's all you get in the Ford Lightning. Another thing, get your little charging kit right there. Got some extra plugs, 4 of them. 4 120 volts right there, 120s. So that's good right there. So you can plug up, have a full little barbecue, etc. You know, in this thing. That's cool. I like that about this vehicle. I turned the headlights on. I was hoping I'd be able to see the daytime running lights, but that didn't pop on. I think that's only like I don't even know how you turn that thing on. I think maybe maybe the big light bar only comes on at nighttime, but it didn't turn on right now. I was trying to get a good view of it. Not like you'd be able to see it that good anyway. But the Ford F-150, you know, Lightning Lariat is, you know, it's a good little option. You know, is it the best option? I wouldn't say so. You know, if you want to zip around in an electric car, maybe you should just get like a little Tesla. You know, get an Audi e-tron, GTRS, get one of them Volvo joints right there. But as far as a pickup truck, expecting to do pickup truck stuff, I would expect if you're gonna get this thing right here, expect to be staying close by. Don't be expecting to be going cross country. I mean, I ain't saying that you can't do it. What I'm saying is you're gonna have to make sure you plan a trip accordingly. All right, otherwise you be looking stuck like Chuck. All right, you be stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. All right, now you see the inside of here. It's got, you know, nice interior inside here. It looks nice, clean. You get everything you would expect with this truck. I'm gonna check out the back real quick. Like I said, Bang & Olufsen. All right. Now in the front, I had plenty of space. Now the back seat, I got plenty space. This is like Ram truck space right here. Now, is it as big as the Ram? It looks like it's about the same size as like the regular 1500. Now, is it as big as, you know, the Super Crew Max, the Crew Max? I don't think so, you know. But this is still a nice big back seat. And when you check right here, you got your heated seat buttons right here, 2 of them, as well as you got a 120 volt right here, and a little USB-C and a USB. You know, you got your nice little AC pumping. You know, there's no little LED LCD screen right here or anything, but you know, I got a nice little cup holder right here for my stuff, to hold my drinks. But one thing that does concern me about this back seat is the seat color. You know, as far as truck guys, you know, for like a real truck guy, when it comes time to sitting back here, I would be worried about getting these seats dirty. You know, I'd be like, man, I don't want to get. It'd probably be better in black, you know, or something like that, because I feel like this truck, me personally, I feel like this truck isn't for like a real truck guy who wants to do real truck stuff. You know, get down and dirty, come in here with the mud and the muddy boots. I mean, maybe if you got it like that and you balling, go get you a Ford Lightning, you know. But you might need to get another truck too, so you can actually go out to the sticks. You know, you can carry some gas with you. If you can't fill up a few gallons of electricity and put that in the back, but you can fill up a few gallons of gas and keep that with you. You know, this thing doesn't even have like a hybrid option where it's like they got like a little motor so you can, you know, get off and just a little bit of gas or something like that. I mean, but, hey, I'm ranting though, but I mean, it's still a good truck, but you got to be able to see the negative as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, only some people are gonna get it. Some people are gonna hate what I'm saying about the truck, but you know, I'm just being honest. You know, hey, some people don't like it when I talk about the Jeep Wrangler too much, but the Jeep Wrangler is one of my favorite vehicles too. I mean, hey, but I digress. Ooh, extra little cup holder right here. It's a little squeaky. You know, the rubbers, or I don't know if this is leather. Ford. I'm not sure if this is real leather. or that's a plastic. I don't know, but but it feels, it's acceptable, but I wouldn't call it the best truck ever though. But it's cool. So this has been the Ford F-150 Lightning Lariat mode. It's a very nice truck. You got some styling cues, front and back, but at the same time, it's still very, how do I say this? Ford, built Ford tough. This is the Lariat, one step down from being the top trim. It's a dope truck though. It's still a dope truck. I like it, but at the same time, I can see why someone wanted to trade this thing in, because this thing was 90% charged and only had like 270 miles left on it. So this thing ain't got, you ain't going to Timbuktu, all right? And you better hope you don't get stuck somewhere where there ain't no charger points, all right? But at the end of the video, I'm gonna show y'all the vehicle that this thing was traded in for. Not the exact one, but one of the ones what this vehicle was traded in for, all right? Stay tuned. Now, for those of you who decided to stick around, this is the kind of pickup truck that they traded in the Ford F-150 Lightning in for. Now, here we go. This is a Ram pickup truck, a Ram 1500 Limited. Now, Limited is like a top trim. So this one's got a 60/40 split. You can open it up regular or you can open it up partially. But that's not the coolest thing about this. Not only, like I said, you got extended range having a gasoline engine. It means you can stop pretty much any city and be able to fill up, versus with electric, you kind of have to make sure you know where you can go, because you can't just stop at a Tesla spot. You got to make sure that your plug can actually fit it. You better have your correct adapters or you're going to be screwed, which I'm pretty sure it comes with adapters and everything. But the thing I like about this truck is it comes with a 1500 Hemi e-torque engine. So that means you can get a little bit of off the line torque with this vehicle, to help off the line electric torque. It's meant to help with your fuel economy, because when gasoline engines consume the most gas is right when you're off the line. So right when you get going first, that's when you consume the most gas. But check this out, like the interior of this thing is ridiculous. Like when you go inside, you're like, look at this. This is just a door. The other one had Bang & Olufsen. This one comes with Harman Kardon. But look at this. This is really the styling cues, and for what you're getting for the cost, it's like you get so much more quality instead of just the main selling thing that you get with the vehicle just being like the electric drivetrain, which isn't even balls to the wall crazy, because the vehicle's so dang heavy it can't even really accelerate as good as it could if it was something like that Nissan 400Z right there on the back of that truck. If that had the 700 foot-pound torque dual motor electric platform, it would move like crazy. If you put that engine inside a small coupe or like something smaller, it would move a lot faster. So I think for that big truck, it needs a little bit more power for it to really be able to give up that, leave you breathless. Otherwise, it's just like kind of like just like a fast F-150, But this one, like, look at this, like the styling cues, like the seats, the stitching in here, like the attention to detail. And another thing I like, you see this isn't moving. All this isn't, it's not shifting around in here. See that? That's solid. That's solid right there. You see that? And see how forward they copied the the James Bond additional glove compartment. You got the main glove compartment, you got the James Bond. Now, one thing, you don't get as big of a screen, like say compared to like how this one is right here, or the screen inside the Ford Lightning is quite similar to like a oversized like Tesla screen, because Tesla is the ones who started the huge screen kind of thing going on, and basically every other electric car that came out kind of just copied off of their platform, copied off the instant torque and copied off of the way that they're going. But the Ford is like really like, in Ford style, they're very simplistic and kind of basic, versus this one, this Ram 1500, you get everything, and plus the price is a little bit cheaper. So this is brand new, completely unused, opposed to the other one being used, etc. I mean, you can't get everything, but as far as someone who wants a truck that you can actually use everywhere, use it to go everywhere, you can actually do truck stuff with this. Granted, the interior of this is still kind of like a nice nice tan color, but you can always swap that out for something black. But what I'm trying to show you is the attention to detail. Like, look at this, the detail inside of here. Now, you don't even have to get something this fancy, but I'm sure they just got something like this because it's the fanciest you can get compared to something like when you're moving on from the Ford Lightning, you know, compared to the Lightning's price tag, compared to compared to like a Ram truck, you know. This one having the e-torque is kind of like you almost got like a hybrid vehicle, except the only thing is it's not really fully hybrid because it doesn't have an electric like full-size battery to give you that the real full hybrid name. You know, it has like a little small electric motor mounted onto the engine just to give you a little bit of extra oomph, you know, at the beginning until we reach the point to where we know the infrastructure is built up, you know, for the charging points and everything everywhere. Then, you know, hybrid or gasoline might be a better option unless you plan to just stay local, you know, stay around where your chargers are at and everything. Look at this. I'm just calling it like I see it. Anyway, this is Slay Edge Media. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And also, if you stay tuned this long, just so you know, next video, I got a video coming up. It's going to be the Audi e-tron GT-RS, all right? GT-RS e-tron, all right? Stay tuned for that. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.